Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat beraktivitas rekan-rekan setia. Pada kesempatan kali ini, rekan Bayu bersama rekan Welty dan Della akan membahas kolaboratif strategi reading nih. Jangan lupa like, komen, dan subscribe channel ini agar tidak ketinggalan ya rekan-rekan setia. Introduction to CSR. Collaborative strategy reading is an excellent technique for teaching students reading comprehension and building vocabulary, and also working together. Collaborative strategy reading is very useful for students. Collaborative strategy reading is a strategy that combines reading comprehension and shared learning. In this aspect, students have great potential for the level of reading comprehension, and we also teach students to socialize. From the explanation, we can conclude that collaborative strategy reading is very often, and we often encounter it in the lecture. In this case, collaborative strategy reading has a way of teaching. The next material we will discuss how to teach collaborative strategy reading to students. First, we have teaching the strategies. In this section, we will discuss 4 strategies that will help students. First, preview. Students preview the entire passage before they read each section. The goals of previewing are for students to learn as much about the passage as they can in brief period of time. B. To active their background knowledge about the topic. And C. To help make them prediction about what they will learn. Second, click and clock. Students click and clock while reading each section of the passage. The goal of clicking and clocking is to teach students to monitor their reading comprehension and to identify when they have breakdown in the understanding. Third, get the gist. Students learn to get the gist by identifying the most important idea in section of the text. The goal of getting the gist to teach students to recite in their own words the most important point as a way of making sure that have understood what they have read. 4. Wrap up. Students learn to wrap up by formulating question and the answer about what they have learned and by review key ideas. The goals are to improving student knowledge, understanding, and memory of what was read.
Collaborative learning group roles. One students help develop proficiency applying the comprehension strategies through teacher-led activities. They are ready to learn the roles they will perform while using collaborative strategy reading in their field-led collaborative learning groups. Roles are important to speak of collaborative strategy reading because collaborative learning seems to work with when our group members help in decide meaningful texts. Roles should rotate on a regular basis so that students can experience a variety of roles and so that everyone takes a turn being the leader. Students can perform more than one role at a time if necessary. Possible roles include the following. The first, leader. This student leads the group in the implementation of collaborative strategy reading by saying what to read next and what strategy to apply next. The leader asks the teacher for assistance if necessary. Second, clown aspect. This student used clown cards to remind the group of the steps to follow when trying to figure out a difficult word or concept. Third, announcer. This student calls on different group members to read or share an idea. He or she makes sure everyone participates and only one person talks at a time. Fourth, in charger. This student watches the group and gives feedback. He or she looks for behaviors to praise. The student encourages all group members to participate in the discussion and assist one another. He or she evaluates how well the group has worked together and gives suggestions for improvement. fifth reporter. During the whole class broke up, the student reports to the class the main ideas the group learned, answers a varied question the group has generated. And the last timekeeper. The student sets the timer for each portion of collaborative strategy reading and lets the group know when it's time to move on. The teacher might do this instead of students.
Material. The following material may be helpful as you assist students to use both cooperative learning techniques and compression strategies. Example: anchor or seed can be effective reminder of cooperative learning rules. Choose outline the procedure to be followed in cooperative learning. Group and profit structure and support for students while they are learning GCR. Use it to help students stay focused and on task and increase their confidence. Students solve this conductive use of the concept when they fail school in carrying out their rules. GCR learning looks enables students to keep track of learning as it happens and provide a springboard for follow-up activity. Looks can be used for recording videos while applying every strategy. Looks might be kept in spiral bound notebook or journal, made by folding paper in half and stapling on a construction paper cover. Component reading material. GCR was designed primarily to be used with expository text found in social studies and other content-oriented textbooks. That GCR can also be used with narrative text. Short material in charities by the following: 1. Providing clues that help students predict what they will be learning. 2. Having one main idea in paragraph. 3. Providing context that help students contain information. Timer. A timer is optional. Example: the timekeeper might say, "We have 10 minutes to write down everything we already know about the topic."